A cloudy and nippy morning at the homestead. Some 2 hours after our arrival this morning, the delivery truck is also finally here with some materials for the builders. The builders have been waiting in anticipation of this consignment. We loaded the goods on the truck yesterday afternoon in Harare. Trucks like these transport market produce to Harare. We use them to carry our building materials to the village on their return leg from Harare. These days, delivery trucks have been coming to the homestead more frequently, which has had an impact on our driveway. It's in the pipeline to have concrete tracks on the driveway.
This is the delivery we've just received. We added some skim light for the ceiling. There's about 10 bags that the builders needed in addition to what we have bought already. And these are the cornices that will be installed on the ceiling once they are done with putting up the ceiling boards. There are about 58 pieces altogether.
The ceiling work is progressing fast. The cornices received this morning will be installed on the edges of the boards to make the ceiling flash with the walls. This will give it a fine finish. The skimming powder, also received this morning, will be used to skim the boards, making them ready for painting. The ceiling in this and other rooms was skimmed in the last 24 hours and is yet to completely dry. We have settled to go with plain skimming with no fancy designs. This is the kitchen ceiling. The builders have just done the boards along with those of the dining and lounge. In the next 24 hours, they shall be skimming these boards too. For now, they are done with the installation of the boards themselves. After the skimming has dried, they will also do the cornice work. We have decided to do some thorough cleaning of the floors this morning in preparation for the window installation work. We are going to start with this room so we can move all the materials received this morning into this room from outside where they were offloaded. In anticipation of this cleaning work, we also bought some brooms in Harare. We sent these earlier in the week and they are making our cleaning job much easier. The design style of the house is commonly known as a longhouse. Longhouses are designed to have a long frontage, usually dominated by glass, so as to take advantage of nature's beauty or desired views. Although we have a single helper at this emerging homestead, we choose to do manual work around the building ourselves. There are many projects to come that we look forward to accomplishing with our own sweat and effort. These cornices are very fragile. They can snap without warning. They are imports from South Africa with SABS certification. We used some cable ties to hold them tightly together for easier transportation. We got them at a bargain price of $5 each after some shopping around in Harare. Altogether, for the 58 pieces, we paid $290. This saved us some $58 on these alone, just by shopping around. These white pipes are UPVC water pipes for our clean water plumbing. We shall be using these in place of the traditional copper pipes. After some research and in-depth discussions involving our plumber and a reputable manufacturer in Harare who is making them, we were convinced to go with these. They are cost-effective and just as good, we're told. The state of the house at the present moment is not for the faint-hearted. There has been a lot of cutting of ceiling boards which has left the floors untidy from debris and offcuts. The builders are on a break today, which gives us an opportunity to work without hindering their efforts. We plan to do some really deep cleaning for the next hour or two so that when the Windows team arrives tomorrow, they can work with no competition from any clutter. We cherish that one of our strengths has been the ability to work together, share ideas, share bad outcomes, and work to find a solution. So this looks like any normal day in our day-to-day life. Before long, it has become necessary to put on some masks and spray the floors with some water to help suppress the dust. This is the kitchen area. It is an open plan design that transcends seamlessly into the dining and lounge spaces. Our idea was to make it possible to work in the kitchen whilst having a view of the mountain range. The incisions on the floor will soon be sealed. They were necessary to run electrical wiring to the kitchen island. In the last chapter, we mentioned about waste management. We remain seized with this issue, continuing to brainstorm about how we could go about developing a sustainable waste management system for the homestead. Being out here in the village, all the urban conveniences of having your waste collected, if indeed it gets collected, simply vanishes. For the promise of freedom and peace, it is a price we have been ready to pay since day one. This deck is 2 meters wide. The more time we spend sitting here, enjoying the views, the more we have come to the conclusion that we need to revisit its design. Ideally, we're finding that it must be at least 2.5 meters in width to accommodate more robust deck furniture and so on. The deck is a location where we're likely going to spend much of our time working or playing. In Chapter 8, we went to a garden show in Harare, looking for some lawn. This front section of the house, in front of the deck, is a confirmed candidate for some really nice, lush green lawn. Soon, this sand and river sand building material shall be cleared to give way for the landscaping. Again. Go. Down. Again. Bye. Go. 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 Bye. Finally, this looks like a house we are proud of. We have shifted a few things around and did our best to make room for the Windows team to do their work tomorrow without any problems. Today is the day. The windows are here. Many emotions run through the mind. Is it really happening? What shall it look like? The story behind this window installation company is one for another day. Suffice to say, it is a story of patience and professionalism on their part. It is really the reason why today has come for them and for us. We are happy to recommend this installer. His contact details shall be in the description below. We found the company online many months ago as we planned ahead for this stage. We had on and off discussions until they finally came to do measurements in Chapter 6. The plan is for them to do the installation in one day today, so they can return to Harare by early this afternoon.
It's an overcast morning this morning in the Eastern Highlands. I checked the weather before coming. It was showing sunny days in the next couple of days, including today. But yeah, that's the nature of the Eastern Highlands. You never know. Things can change on the minute. So, great day today. Great visit, actually, because one of the major milestones, I would say, has been reached. We, as you saw, the window installation guys have just come in, and they are busy at work right now as I'm talking to you, to do all the windows right around the house. Pretty exciting. It changes everything, actually, because now we can virtually use any of these rooms, right? If you have ever embarked on a building project, you know that at this stage, I mean, the house is good to go, as it were. So, yeah, that's what we are doing this morning, just to see that installation. And the builders are also busy with the ceiling work. They are now putting they're skimming. I don't know what they actually call it when you put the skim light on the ceiling boards. Skim light, which is actually a product, but that's what they are doing. They are just sorting that out. There's a passage that is left, which I think they'll also finish today. So we have these two things running concurrently this morning. We have got the windows installation, and the builders are continuing with the ceiling work. So we'll see how it goes today and how the day progresses. By the end of the day, yeah, at least the windows will be done.
So be careful not to overcook the veggies because you lose all, if not, you lose most, if not all of the nutrients. Plus, it won't look as appetizing when they are overcooked. Rainy morning in typical Eastern Highlands fashion. Not long after, the standing stones are now consumed in low-hanging, swirling white clouds over the mountain. What a spectacle to witness.
It was a rainy night with some showers this morning. We've just come out here to try and call home, to call the kids and try and do a payment on the internet. When we left, I forgot to do a hosting renewal on the internet. So for one of our services on the internet, so we are trying to frantically get that done because today is a deadline. Otherwise, it will affect the services. Wish us well. Hi, Talita. You sleep well? Yeah, I did.
Is it open now?
Sorry, Mommy, no. There's just a white screen.
Okay.
Okay, I think you can close that one. It should be what's the one? Edge for Microsoft. So we want Chrome.
Oh, yes, I'm opening Chrome.
Yeah, so you can just close the one with the white screen.
That's Chrome.
Is that Chrome?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Do Chrome back.
Okay, so we'll call you back in about 2 minutes.
Okay, Mommy.
Well, finally done after 40 minutes of back and forth with the kids, taking them through the hoops, different websites to get the payments done. Yeah, but I'm happy that it's done, and that allows us one more day here because we would have had to rush back to town to get that sorted. But yeah, it's sorted. So a little more time here at the homestead. Nice.
So we are about to go to the local shops. There are a couple of things that we have. I've got my list here with me somewhere. Yeah, so I just jotted down a list of the things that we want to do. Make sure that we don't leave anything out. It's about 2 k's to the shops. So to and fro it would be 4 k's. I just want to pick up a few supplies. We decided to extend our stay again. It's difficult to leave this place, so we just want to pick up some extra supplies. The peace here is amazing. The views, the fresh air, it's just awesome. So yeah, I think we're gonna be, each time we come, we're going to be extending more and more. But yeah, we're going to pick up a few supplies, as well as just enjoy the walk in the hood.
So we have reached at this little stream. If you go back to chapter 2 on the channel, this is where we got stuck when we were coming to the homestead to see the fencing work that had been done. So we actually had to leave the vehicle here and then walk on foot maybe about 800 meters up this way to the homestead. The local vehicle we had hired could not make it across this little stream. So now we have put some stones, delivered trucks, and all vehicles are basically coming up to the homestead smoothly. That has helped a great deal. But there's a little more work that needs to be done. There's more work that needs to be done on the stream, even to put some concrete with cement so that we deal with it whether it's rainy season or any season really, so that the vehicles would come up with no problem at all.
We are finally at the local shops. One more thing we needed to do here was to charge our devices. The extended stay also means we are out of power on the power bank that we use as backup power when at the homestead. There are some 10 or 11 shops here, including some hardware shops. Unfortunately, most of these shops cannot compete with suppliers in a big city such as Harare. We have one more thing to do as we leave these local shops. We are waiting to meet with a local transporter who has been of tremendous help moving our building materials such as sand and stones to the homestead site. It's been a marvelous few hours away from the homestead. We consider it a blessing to have an opportunity to experience this outback life. A life filled with a lot of freshness, peace, and serenity. This is the reason we called it the Outback Homestead. This is the flamboyant tree. It has been 2 months since we planted these trees. There are 2 of them right in front of the house. They are currently about 60 centimeters tall. They are meant to grow into huge trees with a canopy that provides a very cool shade.
So let's take a look at how our landscaping will be going. So we have this is the house. It's just a box representing the house. The driveway is on this side. And then we have a planter here where we're going to put some nice flowers. This will be the front of the house over here. So here's the north. The mountains here. So the idea is to create to put the skirting here. It's already, this work has already begun here for the skirting. This is the kitchen side. You have the kitchen here. So when the rains fall, you want them to drain out this way and this way. So a gradient will be put on this side so that the water doesn't sit on the concrete here, which will allow it to flow out and then drain away. The mountains here, this is the front of the house. This is the deck where I'm sitting right about here. And then when in the house, you see through these windows. the dining and the lounge and the bed. There's a bedroom here and all the other bedrooms here. So the water will flow that way, maybe underground. Once it gets to this point, then flows underground and is collected somewhere there. So the front will be here. This should be, or at least we have an idea to put a lot of green grass over here. So when you're sitting at the deck, you're looking at the green grass, and then over here, looking out here, these are the fields. So the house is sitting at the top, and then you've got the mountain slope. It's a gentle mountain slope, kind of gentle, and then it goes to the fields, and then you have the mountain. So when you're sitting at the deck here, you've got a clear view of the mountain, and you've got also this, lush green in front of you. So there's a big tree over here, and again over this side will be more grass. Okay, and then this is likely to be the car park, and then you've got woody area here, this woody over here, and there's a lot of woody vegetation over here. And then we've got somewhere here we've got our little outhouse, and then the staff quarters will be on this side. So yeah, I hope you can follow and see what we have in mind to do.
One more thing to do before we leave this afternoon. We have been meaning to have a quick discussion on our interior fencing plan. We intend to separate the yard closest to the house from the fields and the rest of the land. This will ensure that if we have dogs in the future, they are contained within the inner perimeter fence that surrounds the house. Most of the ideas that we have about the homestead are conceived in small talk and then refined once we get on the ground.
This one is the one you're saying to make the gardening stuff,
Yeah, or we can put it, you can actually start running from here.
This is one such session. This is the Outback Homestead.